Welcome back, everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz. We're in our week 13, lucky number 13 wrap-up,
Man,
Coach. It's been a wild ride,
it's
huh?
winding down. You can kind of feel it. It's
Yeah.
getting a little slow, a little lonely.
Not too many teams
Not
practicing
too many
anymore.
teams. Yep,
But
but the teams that are in there, man, I'm excited for.
yeah, so we got 3 elite programs still around. We're real excited that we have teams making runs this year.
Yeah, quite a
But
few of them.
week 13, man, what a week of CIF playoff
It was
football,
awesome.
huh?
Yeah.
So we'll start with the game we attended, which was a classic, and Coach Josh sure knows how to pick them because the last 2 we've been to have been really nail biters,
What a
right?
great game, huh?
I mean, that's what high school football is all about, right?
It was awesome.
I mean, so we went out to Palm Springs Hart first round,
Mm-hmm.
and so what did you kind of see in that first round? It was an instant classic, but how did kind of start off for you?
Man, there's so much to go about. I mean, first of all, the community just, the school just kind of welcomed us in. It was nice. That crowd was rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
Those refs had their
Oh,
work cut out for them. They made us a couple of
questionable calls.
Yeah,
I'd say,
and the
right?
crowd let them know, and it's it was good to just see the community fight for the kids like that. But I think the highlight for me is just watching Coach Brown work. I mean, he had his hands full, man. That offense from Hart was legit. They were beastly up front, man. Quarterback was big kid that can sling it. They had really good, nice receivers. That running back number 4 was nice.
Yeah.
Coach Brown had his hands full, man. But yeah, I just like that he stuck with his game plan. He took away the pass. To get into it, he was running a 30 pretty much all night, 2 high safeties, and he just stuck with it, man, because Hart can pass. I mean, the first touchdown they scored, it was a nice 40, 50-yard bomb. I don't know if they scored on it, but they got it
got it down there.
Got it down there, and then punched it in the first half. In the second half, stayed with the game plan, and Hart's like, all right, so we're going to run the ball. And run the ball they did, man. They were running counter. They were running power. And I think a less experienced DC might have stacked the box a little early, but he just kept with it. And it was a close game. And he waited for that right moment. That right moment came when Bishop threw that pick going in, and all of a sudden Hart's got the ball. They're up by a touchdown. 6 minutes to go in the game. They're going to run the ball. They got to run the clock out, and he sends out the heavies. The 50 comes in, snaps into place. He goes cover 0, and oh man, it just here's the moment, right? And first down they get 1 yard. Second down they get 2 yards. Third down it's like another 2 yards, and all of a sudden they're punting. And now your offense has got the ball and got a chance to win it, and that they went down and scored, and immediately went for the 2. We talked to Coach Gore. He had it ready to go, didn't even blink. No timeouts or nothing.
Man. He's a better man than me, man.
Dude, it was awesome.
The cojones on Coach Gore, man, to make that call to go for 2, man.
Yeah, they
rolled
call. Out the quarterback, Bishop, and they gave him a choice. I didn't see the concept. I was watching the ball. I can only watch one thing. I didn't watch any film, but I'd like to think they probably had some guy to the back of the pylon, another guy to the front pylon, maybe a guy in the center. I didn't see it, but whatever it was, Bishop didn't like it. He tucked the ball and scooted, and we went north and south like a missile, man. He was just dived through that defense and got in, and they scored 2. They're winning. A minute to go. And how about Koa, dude? They put him on the D line because they weren't. I mean, they were running the 30, but they weren't really getting pressure that quarterback. That offensive line for Hart was doing a good job protecting that quarterback, but they couldn't block Koa, man. They put him on the line, and all of a sudden he's getting pressure on the quarterback to win the game, and it was just awesome. It was like a movie, right?
Yeah, it was a classic, man. It was almost like the back and forth in basketball when you have 2 great players, right? Because it was Koa on the offensive side carrying the ball.
Yeah.
And then you'd have that number 4 from
Maddox,
Hart, Maddox.
Fifth
Smith. That guy would make plays. And it was like
very good running
those
back.
2 guys were obviously the top talent on the field, and they're both Division I recruits for a reason. But those guys were going back and forth, man. It was a beautiful
Cole
game.
Was tackling them a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I saw him get up, Smith get up a little slow a couple times, and it was a heavyweight battle back and forth.
Yeah,
man.
and those 2 exchange blows on offense, and then Koa comes out and plays defense as well. I don't think 4 played too much defense, but man, Koa, that guy was the best player on the field.
Yeah.
He was the best player on the offense and on defense. The difference was that Palm Springs had number 9. They had Bishop Miller, and Hart didn't. So even though Bishop he made some mistakes down the stretch, he'll be the first probably to admit that he kind of made some mistakes, especially in the second half. We had a fumble exchange when they were going in. So and then that pick right before they scored the tying touchdown. But that kid, you cannot
He
rattle
made
that
some
kid,
great
man.
plays too. They had a fourth and like 7 conversion in that final drive, 4th down.
Yeah, to Von Johnson.
I think it was a dig or some type of crossing
He
route.
made a hell of a catch, man, for Palm Springs.
Great
That's
throw,
another
too.
underrated kid.
I know.
He made a couple big plays on that drive. So, I mean, how impressive has number 9 been all year?
Oh,
I mean, that guy has shown leadership.
He wasn't rattled at all.
Yeah, I mean, he was just confident, and that's what you need in a quarterback. If you're gonna make a special run at high school or in any level of football, you got to have that quarterback that knows, hey, the guys look around in the huddle and go, hey, this guy's going to lead us to a touchdown. And Palm Springs has had that all year. That's why they've had a special season.
Yeah, and it was nice to be there in person. I got to see it from the top down, from the head coach, the coordinators, even to the position coaches. Man, they get those boys ready. The kids were executing, and it's no secret why they've had such success this year, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, and a special season, magical season continues. They'll be on the road this week, but we have to talk about, Coach Gore's decision. I mean, the 2 playoff games we've been at, the coaching staffs have had to make pretty bold decisions and adjustments to win the game. So, I mean, that's kind of the takeaway I'm seeing with the playoff football is, as a coach, you also have to change your mentality too, and you have to be a little bit more bold, and, that the boldness gets rewarded in that situation. I mean, Coach Gore said he made that decision. We talked to him after. He made the decision to go for two drives before they got down. So that was already predetermined by the time they got there.
It looked like that because they didn't blink and they were ready to go. They were ready for it. And, I've seen a lot of coaches that, they get that deer in the headlight. I don't know, timeout.
That would be me. I need to think this over.
Yeah.
But there was no hesitation. They didn't call a timeout. They ran the offense back on the field. And man, what a call, man. Call of the year, man.
Yeah.
I just, in that situation, your season's on the line.
Playoffs.
He's like, I'm putting it in number 9's hands, and he's going to go win the game. And that's what he did. So shout out to Palm Springs, man. What a magical game. What a magical run they're on. We're excited. Koa Rapoa is probably the best player in that division. We need to start putting the word out there to CIF. That guy's your MVP of that division as of right now. That guy was everywhere. He did offense. He was the best player on defense. Bishop Miller's probably the best leader on the football team and in that division as well. So I'm really excited. Hopefully everybody stays healthy.
Yeah.
And if they're still healthy, I mean, the sky's the limit for this team, right?
Yeah. They got Barstow this coming up week. I know we'll talk about that a little bit later, but it's a winnable game. I think Hart was super impressive, man.
Hart was a tough team, man. Up front, they had some
big were those guys?
Oh man, they looked like a Division I offensive line,
and they blocked like one, man. Yeah. They were run blocking and pass blocking. I think a couple of times Hart's quarterback dropped back, and they had like 5-6 seconds to throw the ball untouched. And you're like, I know they were only rushing 3, but that's still a long time.
He had all day back there.
Yeah, those DBs they were earning their keep back there. Man. Yeah, they were covering guys. So, what a great football game, man. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was fun, man. So thanks Palm Springs having us, man. Hopefully we can do that again.
Yeah, that was awesome. And hey, shout out to the Indians, man. The magical ride continues. Yeah. We're gonna be there for every step. Hopefully we get to the finals. Well, we want to cover a finals game, but we'll not talk about that.
One week at a time.
Got to get through Barstow. It's gonna be a tough game.
Barstow's gonna be good, man.
Barstow's a good football team. We'll talk about that in the next segment. But hey, shout out to Palm Springs. That was
great job.
Great game. It was why we do this. And we're looking forward to covering you guys for another week.
Sure.
So, moving on to the next set of playoff games here. Palm Desert Aztecs go into Patriot. It's a good football team. They were 10-1, so not a slouch. Palm Desert final score 46, Patriot 33. Yeah. So you got to watch a little of this game.
A little bit. Sometimes I catch the games on the NFHS app, and for whatever reason, they had the first 2 quarters like they weren't available. Like I started the game and like 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Okay.
I did, but it looked like I don't know why, but they were playing a 50. I've never seen Palm Desert play a 50. They were in a 50, and I think they were having a little bit of coverage issues on the back end. Palm Desert even football team, man. They play 40.
They play 40 all year,
that's
right?
what they like, and they did go back to that the second half, third quarter. They come out in 40, and they started stopping them pretty easily.
Right.
And now you got the coverage that you've worked on all year, and they looked a lot more
Guys
comfortable.
are more comfortable, right?
Yeah, and their D ends are so good, man.
I just let them go.
If you're D end out there, go put on some Palm Desert tape,
Right.
man. Those D ends just play so well, and they bottled them up, and offense did their thing. It looked like quarterback. I know AJ got hurt.
Josh Perez filled. So AJ Rivera was dinged up all week. We kind of knew that going in, and he did not practice. He was basically the emergency quarterback. He was kind of on the shelf. Josh Perez,
Perez came in. He did his thing. He's a big kid.
Did a good job, man.
Ran the ball well. You know, the timing of the passing was, and that's like AJ's superpower, man. His timing on his passing game is so impeccable. So the timing was a little off, but he still was able to move the ball against a playoff team. So I can see the future being bright for him.
Yeah, he looked good, and he led them to it. So early on, it was a 17-0 lead for Palm Desert going into the second quarter. So Perez was not missing a beat. I know Trey Bolden had a touchdown. They had our guy Tolan had a great run.
2 touchdowns.
Man,
yeah,
that guy's.
He's good, man.
Man, that guy's an MVP candidate as well. So Jonah Tolan was doing his thing. But then in the second half, like you spoke to, the running game for Patriot got going. Yeah. And they have 2 backs that are pretty good, and they stayed in that 50. And so
in the second quarter, they had an explosion of points.
Explosion of points. 27 points in that second quarter.
They looked like they ran some switch routes, and they got some guys open, and they hit some passes downfield too. From what I saw, I didn't see it was already like 27-17 or something when I turned it on. But,
that was 27 unanswered in the second quarter. So Palm Desert looked very un-Palm Desert-like on defense in that second quarter, giving up some big plays. So like you said, I think they made the adjustment at halftime. Just hey, let's go back to what we're doing. But they still were that behind. Patriots scored again. It was 33-27, I believe, when they brought AJ Rivera off the bench to kind of close out the deal. He was like the closing pitcher, coming out of the bullpen. And they rolled him out there in the fourth quarter.
Another movie-esque moment, right?
And he found Jonah Tolan, just like they've done all year, marched down and scored and took the lead in the fourth quarter. So there's, AJ Rivera's, moment to, kind of come back and save the day. And then Palm Desert does what they usually do and they stop the run, and then they go down and get an insurance touchdown. Yeah. That's all she wrote. Palm Desert's on to the semifinals.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, so some great adjustments by the coaches. They kind of
everyone pitched in, especially the quarterback being down. Everybody's got more load to carry, and they answered. So
yeah, it was a team effort. I know Jackson Bishop had a safety. The receivers. A
lot of fumbles. It was rainy.
Six fumbles on the ground, which you kind of expect because we were playing in a monsoon. Anybody that played this weekend knows.
Us
California boys, we ain't used to that rain, man. We don't see it but like once or twice a year. So
rest of the country plays in that all the time.
They're used to it. We are not. So it was quite a episode on all levels of football this year or this weekend. But Palm Desert advances, man. Shout out to the Aztecs. They keep going, man. They were the hottest team at the end of the year. And they're continuing that hot streak. And
even with the injury at quarterback, they still rolling, man. They're a good football team.
So the good thing is the backup got some reps, so he's going to be a lot more comfortable if he has to go. So Perez will be ready for the next round. They're going to have to go on the road. I got another tough task coming up. But hey, on those 2 teams from the DEL in the semifinals, man.
This year's the year, man. One of us is making it. One of these 3 teams.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
At this point last year, all of our teams were out. So just to tell you how far we've come. We have 3 teams still around, which is
so good for the kids
and good for Valley football. It's just good for the community. So everybody in the football community, we should be proud of our teams going this far.
We play good ball here.
Absolutely. So good job, Aztecs. Yeah. We'll talk about your next matchup in the next segment. But obviously we're pulling for Coach 40 and the Aztecs to get to that final. We want to have a dual final week.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be
How
awesome.
cool would that be?
That would be awesome.
Right,
we won't jinx
it.
Don't jinx it, Coach. Moving on to Division 11. So this was a shocker to me. This score was kind of surprising. Baldwin Park, 48, Shadow Hills 10. So Shadow Hills gets that tough road draw. They have an impressive victory that first week, and we're thinking, hey, Shadow Hills is starting to roll, man. They're in Division 11. and it looks like they ran into a buzzsaw called Baldwin Park.
Yeah, I don't remember them scoring so few points in a while. They usually put up some points every
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Sometimes it's a boat race, but they're putting up points on offense. For them to put up 10, I'd be interested to see the film, see what happened. Maybe it was raining. I don't know.
Yeah, they
Um,
had Baldwin Park had some guys, man.
did
Offense.
they?
I didn't. There wasn't a ton I could find online specifically about the game, but what I did find is Baldwin Park had some athletes and had some guys
Yeah.
that Shadow Hills had a hard time covering. They had a freshman running back that
Ooh, a
scored 3
freshman.
touchdowns. True freshman, 14
Wow.
years old. So probably one of those guys that'll be playing on Saturday.
Yeah,
He
sounds
had
like
3
it.
touchdowns. They had a tough time stopping him, and then they had some big plays over the top. So Baldwin Park got up 21-3 in the second quarter. They kind of boat raced them, and they were playing in the rain as well. So that probably affected
The pass
the
game.
pass game.
Yeah.
Shadow likes to pass, and they're on the road. It's a little bit tougher. Shadow Hills did at 21-3 did score before the half to make it 10-21, but then the second half was
Wow.
all Baldwin Park. Shadow Hills kind of getting on that bus and go. I'm sure if the game was played here at home, we may have a different outcome.
Yeah.
But getting on that bus, the conditions, it just wasn't Shadow Hills Knights. So the Knights are going to end their season this week.
What a good season, though,
But a
man.
great season,
They
man.
had some struggles, with the suspension, and then to come through and finish as a team and get this far in the playoffs. That's a good job.
Yeah, quarterfinals CIF is not an easy
No,
task.
not at
I don't
all.
care what division you're in.
Hmm.
So you got to be a good football team to be playing this time of year.
100%.
So Shadow Hills another impressive year. They got a lot of young talent coming back.
Yeah.
Shadow Hills is not real heavy on the seniors like they were last year. Most of their skill guys are coming back.
Yeah.
So I mean they're prone for another run. I know they've got some good kids coming into the program as well. So Shadow Hills will be back. They got they got they got one of the
Another
nicest.
fun team next year to watch.
Yeah, they got one of the nicest stadiums here in the valley,
Yeah, they do.
and they're going to be back next year. So shout out to the Knights. They had a great season. All the seniors, we enjoyed covering you guys.
It was fun.
It was a great time. And next year we'll be back at it with the rest of you guys coming back.
Yeah.
So Coach Palmer, great job getting them this far. You guys overcame
job.
those suspensions and still had a great season. So shout out to the Knights. We're gonna say goodbye to the Knights for now, but we'll see them next year.
Yeah.
Moving on to Division 12. This is our Desert Division. Started with 4, down to 2, and now we're going to be down to 1 because Grace Christian 41, Yucca Valley 28. So another tough draw. Yucca Valley, the number 1 seed, gets a tough road trip up to Simi Valley. Grace is a up-and-coming program. Doing some research on that program. They've got
Pretty good, huh?
They're a small school, but they got some accolades. They've been to the state championship games a couple times for the small schools. They've won a bunch of league titles 10 times in a row, being in the CIF playoffs.
They're
So
comfortable.
it's a good program. I hadn't heard much about it until I had to do some research for this game. Good football team. They have a back that's pretty good, Williams, who ran for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. That looks like it was the difference in the game. Not a ton of information, not a ton of film out there to watch on this game, but I did see Aiden Pope did have a return for a touchdown. He did his thing. Yucca,
Not surprising.
Yeah, Yucca did some. They did their offensive thing, but they just kind of fell behind, and looks like they couldn't stop the run. It was kind of a similar situation to the Coachella game where the run game kind of
With the rain.
kept their offense off the field.
Yeah.
So
Ball gets slippery, man. You got to adjust.
yeah, and you're on the road,
Mhm.
and it was raining. I saw the highlights; they were in the rain, just like everybody else this week. So that's not really an excuse, but Yucca kind of ran into the road woes, man, and probably it might have been different had it been up at their place. But
Run game travels.
run game is and they've had at times the run game has kind of got them if they've come up against a team that can run the ball pretty well. We saw that in the Coachella game this year.
Mhm.
And that seems to have been the case this year. So
Yeah.
Grace, we'll be talking a little bit more about them because they're going to be coming to the Valley.
Yeah.
Coming to the Valley for a big semifinal game this
Got a good
week.
game coming up.
Yeah, so we'll be talking a little bit more about Grace coming up. But Yucca Valley, great season.
Fantastic season.
Those guys up there are building a real good program.
Seems like they always get this far in the playoffs, about
they're
second round.
Yeah, they're just consistent. They're
Yeah.
one of the most consistent programs out here in the Valley. They're always going to be well coached. They always got some guys on offense, right?
Yeah.
They put up a lot of points. Aiden Pope is a star.
Yeah.
And I think we can
100%.
all agree
If you see him
on that.
play in person, it's undeniable, man.
That guy is going to be around next year, people. So if you get a chance to watch him play, go out and check him out because he's
the deal,
a
man.
star in the making, man.
Yeah.
He's a good kid too. We talked to
Yeah.
him. He's a
Yeah.
real good kid. But shout out to the Trojans, man. What a great year. We loved covering you guys.
Another great year by them, man.
Yeah,
Every year
every year they're always in the playoffs. They always win a couple games in the playoffs. So
good coaching staff.
great program.
Yeah.
Up and coming. Can't even be an up and coming program because they've been around so long. So just a consistent, good football program. We love covering the Trojans. We'll definitely be covering you guys, seeing you guys next year.
Looking forward.
You guys got some star power coming back, so we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys next year.
Good job.
Then moving on to the last game on the slate, Division 12. This is our Desert Division. Then there was one team left in the division. Coachella Valley 49, Paris 14. Yeah. So Coachella Valley goes out on the road, and that's kind of a surprising score to me. I don't know much about Paris, but I know it was 42-7 at the half.
Yeah.
So,
well, the thing about Coachella Valley is everyone thinks about the passing game, but we've seen it firsthand, man. They can run the ball.
Well, especially when you got Ivan Camargo back there, right?
And that O-line, Hondo does a good job with those offensive linemen, and they can block really well. So it sounds like they had that run game humming.
They did, to the tune of Ivan Camargo 6 touchdowns, Coach, in one game.
That's an amazing stat right
He's
there.
He's trying to beat Pope in the single game touchdown record. That's got to be some kind of record. 6 touchdowns
in a playoff game. That's impressive.
I mean, that kid's got to be in the contention for MVP of that division. With this first game that he did, Camargo is number 9 in the state of California in rushing yards this year.
That's impressive.
I mean, and he's only a junior, so impressive kid. We talked to that kid. He's a good kid. He's
strong. He's fast. Good vision.
He's a big back too. So he's not just running away from people. He's also
another good football player.
I know. Another great football player here in the Valley. So that guy's putting his stamp on that Division 12. He did the same thing against Banning. So I think he's putting his name out there to be the MVP of that division should they win it.
100%.
I mean, what an impressive performance. Coach Johnson had him ready, man.
Yeah.
42-7 at the half.
Sounds like the defense did great too, man.
The defense
they
did
studied
great.
up.
Paris didn't even score
plan.
an offensive touchdown till the fourth quarter. So
defense was ready.
Defense was ready. Coachella's getting hot at the right time. They won 6 in a row.
Yeah.
So
they got a good staff out there, man. They're prepared.
They're playing their best football at the right time. So we're looking forward to seeing a semifinal game in the Valley next week. They're gonna be out at Coachella. So
it's a good game.
Let's go, man.
Sounds
Let's get. Hey, we got 3 teams still around. Let's get these 3 teams to the 3 teams in the finals.
That's
never happened before. We haven't had 2 teams in the finals, except for maybe when I think 2 teams played each other in the finals back in the day. So the possibility of 3 teams in the finals is exciting, right?
Yeah, 3 teams. It could happen. This is the year.
This is the year. So we're real excited. We're rooting for all 3 of our teams. We're going to kind of preview the teams that they're going to be playing. It's not going to be an easy task, but
they're beatable.
They're definitely winnable games for our team. So we're going to kind of preview that in the next section right after a word from our sponsors. Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together. Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust a carpet and tile care company, your family-run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top-notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco-friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
Welcome back, everybody, to Desert Valley Blitz. This is going to be our Week 14 CIF semifinal preview, Coach.
Let's keep it going.
Hey, we got 3 teams still alive. Last year at this point, we were all done.
Yeah.
So this is an exciting time. Our desert teams are really shown out this year. We're proud of all 3 teams that are still remaining. So we're gonna roll right into it. Coach Josh, what is your matchup of the week here?
It's got to be Palm Springs Barstow, and when I coached a long time ago, we won this CIF championship. It was against Barstow, so I like knocking those guys off. So I'm going with Palm Springs Barstow.
Palm Springs, Barstow, huh?
Yeah.
Up in the high desert,
Yeah, I
huh?
think Barstow's a good team, man. It seems like they live in the playoffs. They're always semis. It seems like they always go deep. They got great athletes. I got to see a little bit of film. Their quarterback looks big, tall, athletic guy. He could sling it a little bit. He looks like a runner too, so you got to contain him. It's gonna be a good matchup,
It'd
man.
be a great matchup.
Yeah,
Barstow's an 8-3 football team. They're won their league. They're 4-0 in their league, and last week they beat La Cañada, which is a 10-2 team, to get to this point. So it's not going to be an easy
no,
task, you know.
and they lost their first 3 games, so I don't know what kind of switch up they made. Maybe they had a transfer, had to wait the first 3 games. I don't know what happened, but they lost 3 in a row, and then they've been undefeated since. So and they started scoring a lot of points in a hurry. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been following them. I don't know what transpired, but something happened week 4 because they started to put it together, and here they are.
Here they are. They look like they've won about 6 in a row right now. Actually, 8 in a row.
Yeah.
8 in a row. So they're another hot team coming into the playoffs. It's going to be a tough matchup for Palm Springs. You know,
Yeah.
Anytime you go on the road in a semifinal and then you're going up to the high desert, which we've had experience with as players and coaches, it's cold up there this time of year.
It's cold. Yeah, it could be windy.
Yeah, you're dealing with some elements now.
All of a sudden, that ball's kind of hard to catch, but just because it's like rock hard if it gets too cold. But hopefully, it's not too cold. So
Right. And I think Palm Springs has just shown, man, just the ability to win those close games. You know, that goes a long way this time of year.
I think they're a little bit more polished. I watched a little bit of Barstow, not too much. So I can't really tell a lot, but they looked super athletic, super fast. I would say though that Palm Springs looks a little bit more polished as a team.
Right.
They just beat a good team. That Hart team was legit. So I'm always going for Palm Springs. So
Yeah.
I would like to think they had the advantage, but they do have to travel on the road. So
And you got to go up there and win it. You know, they got to go up there and prove it, which they've done all year. Like I said, outside of one half, this Palm Springs team's been pretty perfect.
Yeah.
You know, that second half of the Hart game, you know, they just showed that they got that magic, man. And number 9's a big part of that magic. Koa Rapoa running the ball. He's going to be part of it. I mean, but it's a team effort, and you know the coaches.
They're going to have them ready.
Yeah, Coach Gore will have them ready. I mean, Coach Brown will have them ready. Big, Palm Springs always you get the top line athletes, and the athletes get all the headlines. But one underrated aspect of Palm Springs this year to me has been their coaching staff.
Yeah,
those guys have been great. I mean, Coach Gore
coaches.
and his offensive play calling, Coach Brown and his defensive game plans. I mean,
you can see why they're having so much success. Right?
Yeah. So, and I think just from that perspective, they're gonna be ready to go.
Yeah.
The game plans will be clean and crisp, and
it gets hard in this part of the season because it's a long season, man. These kids have been locked in since spring. So you gotta, find a way to keep those kids entertained and keep their mind on right. And I know that staff's gonna do that. So
yeah. So we're pulling for your Tribe. Let's go, Tribe.
Let's go.
Let's get to that final, man. We want to cover a game in Palm Springs for the final.
That was fun.
Because I think if you win, you got a good chance of having a home final, which is a dream come true for everybody.
It depends on the other game, right? I think they said.
Yeah, it's always coin flicks at this time, but they got a good chance. So, but let's not jinx it, get ahead of ourselves. They got to take care of the other Aztecs, the Barstow Aztecs this time, which is not going to be no easy task on the road. It's going to be cold. But Palm Springs, man, let's get this done. Let's get to the final, and we want to come out and see a final here in Palm Springs Stadium. So we'll be rooting for you. Let's go, Tribe. On to the second semifinal game. Palm Desert, man, they've been the hottest team down the stretch.
Yeah.
They got a little bit of a tough draw. They got to go out to a Beckman, which is out in Orange County. They're pretty far drive. They're in Tustin, which is
Is that Irvine?
You get in there. That's like Irvine area.
Yeah,
like a little bit by Anaheim.
You got a lot of little schools over there.
Beckman Patriots. They are 9-3 overall, 5-0 in their league. They've had a good season. They're coming off a win over Fullerton, 30-13.
Which was the team that beat La Quinta.
Which was the team that knocked La Quinta out of the playoffs. So it's not going to be an easy task. But Palm Desert also kind of seems to have found their footing, their little bit of magic. AJ Rivera's health is always going to be an X factor. But I think, with that defense travels,
Yeah.
and that's been their strength. Defense, had one bad quarter again. Probably they were just cold and in the rain. I think that's probably what happened. They kind of got a little bit of wet
Yeah.
and stopped tackling the running backs there for a quarter. But since that 1 second quarter in that last week's game,
They locked them up.
the defense has been back to playing defense. So looking at Beckman, they're a pretty big football team, but I think they are also a running team. So that may,
I mean, they've shown they can stop the run.
yeah, so that may play into their hands. We're excited. I think this is another. It's tough when you got to go on the road,
Yeah.
but it's not a horrible draw for Palm Desert in terms
Defense
of
wins
the
championships,
matchups.
man.
Yeah,
Their defense is legit, so I'm sure I'd like to give them the edge in this matchup too.
yeah. So it's not going to be an easy task. 9-3 overall. Anytime you go over the hill, you're going to be dealing with some guys that may be bigger than you up front. We saw that with Palm Springs Hart.
Did we? Jeez, those old linemen were crazy big.
Yeah, they look like a D1 offensive line that Hart
6'5",
had.
6'6".
And I think Beckman's going to be similar. Just looking at film on them,
Okay.
they're big up
They're
front.
pretty big.
They're big up front on the offensive side. But so is Palm Desert.
Palm Desert, I was just like in my head, I'm like looking at their D line. The Palm Desert's pretty big up front too. So
yeah, and Palm Desert's athletic up front. They got some pretty good athletes up there. So it should be a good matchup. But we're expecting the Aztecs to come home and also setting up a possibility for another final home game here.
Let's go.
2 in the Valley, I don't think ever has happened. So we're not even going to jinx it and talk about it. But
one game at a time.
Dream scenario, right?
Yeah.
So Palm Desert got to go on the road, be road warriors again.
Winnable game.
Jonah Tolan's going to put on another show, hopefully, for everybody, and let Orange County know, what we do out here.
Hopefully, AJ Rivera's icing right now.
Yeah, get in that ice tub, AJ. But Josh Perez did a good job.
Yeah, 100%.
So even if he has to
him.
roll with, they're going to roll with the young cat, he's gonna do a good job. He's got some playoff experience now, which I'm sure Coach Forty's going to love come next year.
Some more practice reps at the first team.
Absolutely. So, Palm Desert set up to have a chance here. So
100%.
We're excited. We've been on that Aztec bandwagon since the middle of the year. Since
that offense started clicking.
They started clicking. It was trouble for everybody else. So let's go Aztecs.
Let's go.
Let's get to that let's get to that final, man. That'd be awesome. So we'll be rooting for you. Lastly, the semifinal that will be played here in the desert.
Yeah.
Coachella Valley is taking on a team called Grace out of Simi Valley.
We watched.
We just watched a little bit of film on them. They look like they look kind of similar to Yucca a little bit, right?
Yeah.
They're not the biggest team.
A lot of formations, spread though. They like to throw it, but they do have a good running back.
Well coached, right?
Well coached, yeah.
Well coached. They look like they're well coached. They've got a running back who is Jake Williams, who's averaging about 150 yards. And we watched some film on him. He looks a little bit like Ivan Camargo,
a little
right?
bit, huh?
He's a big, strong dude.
He likes stiff arm a couple guys.
He's running people over. I mean, so that might be a problem for Coachella in terms of trying to stop that. They had a receiver that was looked like a big play guy as well.
Can go. Yeah, I saw a receiver screen to him, man, and he was running and he put the brakes on and then started going again. I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So anytime a kid can do that, you can't coach that.
That's just pure athleticism.
Kids can either do that or they can't. So
right.
They're gonna have their hands full. They look like they match up really well. They're almost like mirrored teams of each other.
They kind of do look similar. So they are 9-3 team. They're 5-0 in league, and they've also won 8 in a row.
Yeah.
So they lost a couple early on, and then they look like they've kind of started
Move
rolling.
some pieces around, stuff starts to click, and all of a sudden, here we go.
But you got to take into account too that they're coming from Simi Valley, which Hart just did.
Yeah,
that's a long bus ride, man.
It's a long. Yeah.
That's a long day, and then they're not even going to Palm Springs. They got to go to the east side, which adds another 30 minutes to your drive. At least, maybe 45 minutes. So that's a long bus ride. So you got that
advantage Coachella.
Advantage Coachella totally on that. Coach Johnson will have these guys ready. Coach Esquivel, the DC, will have a plan.
All the coaches over there are great. So.
Yeah, so we're expecting the Arabs to put on a show. They've been, Ivan Camargo's been the best player in that division, probably from top to bottom.
6 touchdowns.
So I mean, he's coming off.
He's gonna have to score 7 to beat it.
Yeah, man. I mean, but they're gonna have to put up points, I think, against this team because this team looks like they can score. They kind of remind me of Yucca Valley just watching them on film. They got a couple guys that can really hurt you.
They run their offense very well.
Maybe the defense is the weakness.
Maybe, yeah.
Looking at some of their scores, they give up some
Mhm.
points. So why is Coachella always playing the offensive,
Juggernauts,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like they always match up with people that can score. I haven't seen Coachella match up with a defensive team yet. So
Yeah. Well, the
yeah,
good thing is Coachella's defense is showing up, man.
yeah.
They're playing
Last
very
week they gave
well.
up 1 touchdown.
In a playoff game, that's impressive.
Yeah. So maybe Coachella's peaking at the right time defensively.
Yeah. Another team could get to the finals, man. That's crazy.
Three desert teams still alive. So we're super excited. Let's go Arabs. Let's get to that Division 12 championship game. You guys are the hottest team in that division.
Mm-hmm.
The two Ivans are doing their thing back there.
Let's go.
Let's go, man. Let's do this and let's get 3 teams to the finals. I think we can do it. That'll be a record if we can get 3 teams into the finals of the CIF. Just validating everything that we've been talking about here all year.
We play ball here too.
We can play here too. Mm-hmm. So we're super excited. We're getting to the end almost here, Coach.
Oh, we got plenty to go, man.
Yeah, let's all you guys need to win, so we got something to talk about for the next 2 weeks. Yeah. But it's been super excited. We're glad you guys have taken this journey with us.
It's been fun.
It's been a great ride. We hope it continues one more week.
Let's go.
Let's do this. So if you guys found some value in this, you guys know the routine. Like, subscribe, and follow here us at Desert Valley Blitz, and we'll see you next week.
Later.